Okay, so it is time. Double or Nothing is on Sunday, Monday morning. It is this weekend. One of AEW's biggest and notoriously best pay-per-views of the year. And the card fully confirmed. The feuds, the matches, all confirmed. It looks to be a great show. And yes, we're going to do our predictions now. Bit early, but there's no collision this week, so I thought to do it now, get out the way. But also, frankly, I'm very excited for the show, and I cannot wait. Let's get into it, because I'm very excited. So, we're going to be starting off with our AEW Double or Nothing 0 Hour. The buy-in this time. It's been renamed to the buy-in again. Big news with this, it's going to be with Renee Paquette and the one and only Mick Foley. Mick Foley is now signed to AEW for this sort of stuff. Very fucking cool. I was going to make a video on it, but I thought to stay for here. Big fan of it. Big fan of Mick Foley actually standing by his fucking morals. I think that's based as hell. And obviously, legend of the business. It's fun and it helps AEW grow even further. Pretty cool one. I'm interested to see how he goes with that. Now, the first match we have to talk about on the pre-show, however, is our Divine Dominion 5-minute tag team eliminator match. Obviously, Lena Kross and Megan Bayne, and this time they're against Zayda Steel and Viva in a tag match. I've made it very clear I'm not a big fan of the Divine Dominion stuff at the minute, but since it's really been, I thought it was going to be something that it should have been, and it's not. The Divine Dominion should retain here. Will the match be entertaining? Probably, I don't know, 5 minutes, it's hard, but I do like whatever I've got, very limited amount, but what I've ever got to see of Zayda Steel, I've enjoyed a lot. So, I'm looking forward to seeing her against someone like a Megan Bayne specifically, but also Lena Kross too. But I'm always hopeful to see that these matches, these 5-minute open challenges can change my mind. But will they? Probably not. But honestly, you know, you can't be perfect. But either way, this I'm looking forward to. This I'm looking forward to, but the whole card. So, you can't always look forward to every single thing. But either way, I'm at least happy that the titles are on the show. That is the main thing. I'm happy about that. After this, we actually get a trios match between the Ops, Anthony Bowens, the new member, Shibata! We're getting Shibata minutes, baby! Oh, we're so fucking back. Pre-show, shut up, we're getting Shibata minutes. This is a dreamland for me. 2 Shibata minutes in 1 week, what the hell? And Hook. And they're gonna be facing the Death Riders, which in this iteration is Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Daniel Garcia. This match I'm actually looking forward to. I've always liked that Garcia, Yuta, and Claudio trio. Shibata's in the match. Of course, I'm going to be happy. Probably going to get some Shibata and Yuta and Shibata and Garcia minutes there. Bowen's getting a bit more. I'm interested to see how they present it here, the Ops. I think that's definitely the big thing, what we're doing here. It's interesting to see how they're going to be developed going forward, just as a whole trio and a faction. Obviously, Samoa Joe's matches later on in the night. I think the Ops will lose. I think the Death Riders will win. I think that makes the most sense. I just hope to God Shibata is not the one taking that damn pin. The one who should be taking that pin is Hook, and I will hear nothing else. But yeah, this match, this one could be fun. Is it going to be a show stealer? Yes, because Shibata's in it. No, but this is fine. You're getting solid workers in here. You know what you're going to get. And hopefully Bowen specifically is showcased a bit better. Hopefully they refine that character down in the Ops. But yeah, I'm not even being facetious. I'm just happy Shibata's on the card in some way. The man deserves it. The man's the greatest. Fuck you. I'm happy. After this, we're actually got real fucking graps happening. We get the return of Boom and Doom. Big Boom AJ's back. Boom, boom, boom. He's teaming, obviously, with QT Marshall, and this is a 10-man tag match, so he's joined by the conglomeration. In this iteration, it will be Roderick Strong, Mark Briscoe, and Orange Cassidy, and obviously Big Justice, and hopefully the Rizzler's there, because they have got to get revenge on their opponents, which is the entire of Shane Taylor Promotions, which is the Infantry, and obviously Lee Moriarty, and Shane Taylor himself. I'm just thinking, am I missing anyone else? If I am, Anthony Ogogo too. I forget Anthony Ogogo is part of that. I can't lie, you don't understand how much I'm a big fan. I just think Big Boom AJ is fucking peak. He's fucking sick. The amount of this chaos, this won't be fun. I don't give a shit. Every Big Boom AJ match has been fun. Obviously, the Shane Taylor promotion, I'm happy that they're getting a bit of a mini push recently. Obviously, they got a match on Dynamite this week. The Infantry and Lee Moriarty, obviously following Supercard. I enjoy this. This is a good match. Obviously, Briscoe being back is pretty cool. Big Justice and Rizzler hopefully have a spot. I swear to God, the Rizzler better come out and just kick ass. Give a code red to Shane Taylor himself. Shane Taylor, I'm looking forward to seeing. I like Shane Taylor. But yeah, this match is goofy, funny ass wrestling, and that's all I give a shit about. And obviously, boom, is back. He better fucking win. But yeah, I'm happy with this. Honestly, you don't understand. I love Big Boom AJ being involved in pre-shows. I think he's great. And for probably the main event on 0 Hour, I like this a lot. This is really fun. And I hope to God this lives up to my insane expectation. We're getting Shibata minutes and Big Boom AJ. What is not to love about the buy-in? It's the best shit ever. Honest to God, where's the order? That's all we need is the order. That's it. Next, we're going to be talking about the main card now. Obviously, Double or Nothing's main card. You know, a lot more matches and a lot more of the big heavy hitters. And we're going to start with a heavy hitter because honestly, I don't know what order to go in. And we're going to start with the heavy hitter. It seems like we're going to be talking about the Stadium Stampede match. Now, obviously, with this, it's a chaotic match. It's hard to break down, but there's so many competitors in this. So on Team Chris Jericho, we have Chris Jericho himself, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, Jungle Jack Perry, Shelton Benjamin, and Bobby Lashley. That's 6 people. That's insane, and all good talent. I'm really happy the Hayter got something to do here. You understand? And then on the heel side, this is where it gets a bit interesting. We have Ricochet, Toleone, and Bishop Khan the Demand. They're joined by the Dogs, David Finlay and Clark Connors. And then we're also going to be joined by some Don Callis family members, which are Andrade El Idolo, Mark Davis, and that's it. Yeah, that's it. I'm just thinking that might be a bit odd. Am I missing someone? Oh, I forgot to say Jack Perry. Jack Perry's on the face team. I think I am losing my marbles. But yes, this match, the Stadium Stampede's always something that intrigues me. I do like the Stadium Stampede. Is it my favourite? No, I prefer Anarchy in the Arena. But the thing is, it's an evolution of that. But we can't overstate this. The Anarchy in the Arena last year was so fucking good. Like, that's the best one they've done for me. And I cannot wait to see how they at least evolve this. Obviously, the music. I hope it's not Judas. And overall, I don't know. You can never call what's going to happen here. Whoever's going to win, I think the faces will win. It's always a fun moment. But this I like. I like the selection of people. Obviously, it's fun. And the crowd will make it. Just one, they will go all balls in. And obviously, Kenny being in is pretty cool too nowadays. But honestly, I'm looking forward to this to see how they actually, handle it. Because last year's was, again, excellent. But I'm looking forward to this. Obviously, the Stadium Stampede would be great. It probably won't be the first match, but this will be fun. And I cannot wait to see what the hell they do. I'm expecting some goofy-ass shit with Jericho and Ricochet. But, in general, the head's indicating it for me. I'm really excited about it. I think they really will make this match something a bit more special. But yeah, I think the faces will win. Just couldn't really call one. That's hard to call. But as a match, this will be really fun. And I'm looking forward to this quite a lot. After this, we're going to talk about our Owen Hart Cup matches, which are 3 matches we have. 2 of the men's, 1 in the women's. Obviously, this will be the start of the Owen Hart Cup this year. The winner of the entire tournament will be getting the AEW All-In main event. Well, title match. So the first one we're going to talk about is possibly one of the big, well, all big these matches. We're going to talk about a big one. We're going to be talking about Will Ospreay in his new the new Will Ospreay is basically being birthed by the Death Riders after being killed against the Ops leader Samoa Joe in a first time ever dream match. This I'm looking forward to a lot, a hell of a lot. I think Will versus Joe, just 2 masters. The way Joe's been threatening Ospreay, but the way Ospreay's been moving, the aggression from Ospreay, I'm expecting a lot. I'm expecting Will to win. I think that's obvious. But I think as an actual match, this I don't think a lot of people are giving this credit of how good it's going to be. Obviously, don't get me wrong, with the Ospreay stuff, everyone's focusing on it because of the Death Rider stuff, and rightfully so. It's excellent with the story and stuff, but the Ospreay, the evolution of how his wrestling style, and obviously Joe only being recently returning, but it's fucking Samoa Joe, he could do whatever. This really intrigues me. It's part of my most anticipated match of the night. It's not going to be my match of the night, I don't think. It's not my prediction to go into. But in terms of obviously the story and how everything's developing with Ospreay, I'm assuming some Death Riders thing's going to happen. Maybe Marina's out there. I don't fucking know. But I think as an actual match, this will fuck. I think this will be a really good match. I do. And I think Will Ospreay will win. I think Samoa Joe, honestly, I think you got to present Joe in a good way here. And I think the big thing is, how the hell do we present Joe going forward from this too? I think that's a big thing. But either way, whatever they do here in terms of going forward the story, the actual match being the 1v1, I'm really excited for. I think it could be a show stealer. I don't think it will. But obviously, Samoa Joe and Will Ospreay going up against each other, that's insane. That's actually like insane fucking matchup. And two all-timers. Yeah, this is going to be great. I cannot wait for this match. This is definitely one to look out for. 100%. Really good match. After this, we're actually going to support our first women's match of the Owen. We're going to be getting Mina Shirakawa versus the ROH Forever Champion, Athena. I think it's kind of an obvious call for me that I think Athena should win here. However, these two have history. These two have had previous matches. And their matches, what I can remember, are really fucking good. And Athena's a great wrestler. Mina's great too. This I'm looking forward to. I think it'll be fun. I think, again, Athena has to win here. I think that's real much an agenda. But I feel like Athena being presented in this certain way is big for me here. I think that's the main thing. As much as I think Athena and she should win going into this, I feel like how she's presented, how she's, how much they make it a struggle, because that's important. So obviously you don't want to make it too easy because, it's Mina Shirakawa, she's still a big main player. But I think with Athena herself, obviously you can't have her look as weak. I don't know. I don't know how you do this. I think it's a very hard way to translate Athena, but they will get it right, I do assume. Athena's run's going to be one of the more interesting ones, but either way, I'm a fan of Athena, I'm a fan of Mina. I think this match will be great. I think they'll have good chemistry because the styles are so, opposite that they will kind of blend with each other. It's really good. And overall, this will be a good match. This will be a good match. And I'm not as excited for this as the other matches on the women's Owen tournament. No way, because that shit's stacked. But I'm looking forward to see how this goes. I'm looking forward to how they see the presenting Athena. But the big thing for me is they need to have Athena win here. I love Mina Shirakawa, but Athena has to win here. However, we're going to be towards our third final Owen match for the night. It would be, honestly for me, possibly match of the night going into it. This, as a bell-to-bell match, is going to tear the house down. We have Swerve Strickland versus Bandido. This is going to be incredible. I cannot overstate that enough. As a match, this bell-to-bell is possibly the most anticipated match I have of the night. I really do mean that. I think this will be the best quality. I think it wouldn't surprise me if this was match of the night. I could not overstate how much I think this is the match to watch of the entire night going into it. I think Swerve wins. I think that's very important, but I think between the two of them, I mean, Jesus, it's going to be good. It really is. I mean, the chemistry, Bandido is just absolutely phenomenal. We all know that. And so Swerve, I think just on paper, you say Swerve Strickland versus Bandido. There you go. That's all you need. And I don't think they've ever faced against each other. But either way, just as an actual hit go, put these two in a ring and just let them do whatever. That works. That's all you need to do. You don't need to overcomplicate it. I think the chemistry is just going to be there. I think the styles are so there. I think obviously Bandido such a great luchador. He can do whatever with anyone. He's got this insane chemistry. But then Swerve obviously being able to have that. I don't think Swerve gets the credit for how good he is in ring a lot of the time. I don't. I think Swerve's a great character as well. But I think that kind of overshadows how good he is in the ring sometimes. I think people will not realise how... I think this will be a real good show. Obviously, he had the match with Kenny this year, which was phenomenal. Same with the Andrade one. But I just think this one as a match, bell to bell, it's going to be something special. I'm really looking forward to this. I think this is the most anticipated match for me of the night, which is quite wild to say because the card's stacked as hell. But, yes, I'm predicting a Swerve win. I'm happy to see Bandido, and honestly, I want to just know what they do next with Bandido too. But either way, whatever they do here, I am hooked. I'm so locked in for this. This is for me. Oh, pre-show predictions, I think this is going to be match of the night, and I will update that further. But yes, I'm looking forward to this a hell of a lot. After this, we've got a big one. Talk about a title match that we've been waiting for a while now. It will be the AEW Men's Tag Team Championships, FTR versus Cage and Cope. And if Cage and Cope win, they'll never be as a tag again. I think with that stipulation, it kind of gives it away. And it feels right. It's kind of time for FTR to drop. I do think this is interesting. I'm a big fan of FTR. I think their reign's been great. I think how they are presented, everything about them. I mean, Jesus, they're phenomenal. They're absolutely phenomenal. They're hilarious. The in-ring stuff's so fluid. It just... them and the Bucks are just the fucking best. But I feel like since the last pay-per-view, since Dynasty, it has fell a bit because they've just set this up and not really allowed them to do much else after that. But obviously they had the match with the conglomeration on Dynamite. But it was like, I don't know, it just feels like it is, they've dropped the momentum. It feels like, you know, they're really building up to this, obviously being the moment. Obviously with the stip, that makes it a lot, I think like that makes it a bit more obvious. And I think the moment is earned. I do. I think Cage and Cope winning it is a big deal. Obviously a lot of eyes and, you know, obviously seeing how that goes. But FTR as a self, I'm looking forward to just seeing I just love FTR. And I want to know what they go forward with this, because I think honestly it's time for this story to end too. I think it's not really helped Cage and Cope themselves. I don't think it's helped FTR now. After a certain point, I don't think it's helped them, no. And I feel like the thing is with Cage and Copeland, specifically Copeland, he's been in AEW for what, a year now? And it's like, I don't feel like he's had that many varied opponents. And I feel like as a tag, obviously you're going to get a lot more of that. Obviously they've got stuff brewing with the Bucks. I just feel like with them two, Christian's had a lot more, because Christian could do whatever the hell, he's the best. But like, I just want this to I just want them to take a break from FTR feuding with Cage and Cope for a bit. I love it. I've been a big fan of the feud, but I feel like it's definitely ran its course. And I just feel like, yeah, there's a time and a place to call it. I think it needs to be called. I think it'll be a great moment. I think it's more than deserved. And I'm expecting a title change here, 100%. But as a match, I'm expecting... We've seen it before. I don't think it'll be the best. I think it is a... If I'm not mistaken, it's a no... I think it's a no DQ, isn't it? Is there a stip? I think there's a stip. It's an I quit. It's an I quit. Sorry, it is an I quit. So that'll make things a lot more interesting. I think Cash or Dax will say I quit. If it was Stokely, that'd be fun. But yes, overall as a match, just because of the stip, it'll make it a bit more interesting. But yeah, I feel like it's time for FTR to drop. But either way, whatever they do, FTR with a phenomenal reign, and Cage and Cope winning the belts for me is more than deserved. And I think it's definitely what should happen tonight. After this, we get a big match too. We get our AEW Continental Championship, Jon Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly of the Conglomeration. Now, obviously, this is a match that's got a bit of history. Obviously, Kyle O'Reilly being the one to be tapping Jon Moxley out multiple times. Obviously, you know, even that match on Dynamite where Jon Moxley got the draw by not tapping this time and Kyle demanding this is a no time limit draw, which a Continental time limit match, which obviously for a Continental rules match is pretty different. I think it does make sense for Moxley to win. I feel like there's clearly an idea with match. As much as I'd love Kyle to win, I wouldn't be against that at all. I just don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think it's the time. I think it's a bit too much. I think that if they built this a bit more, it would be more on. But I just feel like with Moxley, kind of stuff what's going on with Will, I feel like, and just everything that's kind of going on with Jon Moxley as a whole, I feel like it makes sense for him to keep the title for a bit longer. I feel like there's definitely a plan with that. I don't know who, but there's definitely a plan. But I feel like with Kyle here, I think this match will be great. Don't get me wrong. I think this could be possibly match of the night too, because every time these two have faced, it's just been stellar, and you know what you're gonna get, and the crowd's gonna be hot. The crowd's gonna know. As soon as Kyle locks one ankle lock in, it's gonna go off the fucking chain. But as an actual match, bell to bell, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this a lot. Do I think it'll be the match of the night? No, I've made my assumption clear. I think it will be Swerve, but I wouldn't put this far behind. It's got too much there. I think the match will actually be quite a really good hot like teetering match, because I think a lot of people will expect either. But I do think Moxley will win, and I'm looking forward to this a lot. I think, again, I've always enjoyed their other matches, and Kyle being presented as a singles match against someone like Moxley as well, I'm all for. This is going to be a heater, definitely. Talking about one of my most anticipated matches, this is possibly my second for the night. We're going to be talking about the AEW International Championship match between Kazuchika Okada and Konouske Takeshita of the Don Callis family. The pair of them. What else needs to be said about this feud? It's been built. A lot of people think it's been past its sell-by, and obviously it's past its peak. I would argue yes, but also they've managed to revive it. I'm always going to be a fan of Takeshita and Okada. I don't give a shit. This, I cannot wait. Obviously, we covered their World's End match recently, like literally the other day. That was really good, and I'm looking forward to this one too. I hope there's no shenanigans, as you expect, But the thing is, right, for me, I think the call is for Takeshita to win the belt back. I feel like it's time. I feel like that's the payoff. And then we can either, obviously go further with the Don Callis family, because that's the eventual turn, is the Don Callis family turned on Takeshita. But obviously that could go the other way if they turn on Takeshita to help Okada win. That's definitely a possibility. I feel like the obvious call is for Takeshita to win. I feel like that, again, it's time. I feel like it makes the moment, and obviously it builds their story, because I feel like you got to run this shit to All In, or at least for a bit. You got to run this shit for a while with Okada and Takeshita, because it's so good. I don't know. I think, for me, I want to say Takeshita wins, because that makes the most sense. But I wouldn't be surprised if they pull shenanigans to have Okada win. As a match, bell to bell, I mean, I can't wait. I really can't wait. I love Okada. I love Takeshita. The two of them will just have great chemistry. There's that much story, and I'm not invested in the story, and I've enjoyed it that much. I'm going to enjoy whatever they do. I want Don on commentary, but I don't know if he will be, because he's a piece of shit. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this. I think this is going to be gold. I think this is the one that, besides Swerve, this is the one where I'm thinking about the most. I think Swerve I'm thinking about the most as a match. Story-wise, I'm like, this is just dropped me. I'm a big fan of the story. One of my first ever videos on this page was about the Takeshita and Okada storyline, and that was in November. So, yeah, this is something that's got me. I'm a big fan of it. Whatever they do, I'm going to be a fan. I think it's Takeshita's time. I feel like that helps the story develop and get people invested again. But also, Okada's issue with the international belt is something that has to be discussed. But I love Okada. I love Takeshita. I do not care. I hope we get the Don Callis turn on him tonight, regardless of the result. I think that has to happen. I think we have to indicate it and obviously follow it up on the Dynamite. But as an actual match, I mean, I cannot really be hyped for this more. This is something I'm really looking forward to. If it's not Bandido, it's going to be this. This, keep an eye out for. This, cannot wait. I really can't. However, what we have next is our AEW Women's Championship 4-way match, which is going to be between the champion Tekla, Jamie Hayter, Kris Statlander, and Hikaru Shida. This I'm looking forward to. I think it's pretty obvious Shida and Stat are going to have a moment with each other, costing each other and getting each other's way. Hopefully Shida getting slammed out, but Shida could probably slam Statlander out too. Hayter and Tekla have good chemistry. Obviously, Tekla's the fucking best. She has chemistry with anyone. I don't want Tekla to drop. I don't. I think Tekla should retain. I think that's definitely the correct call. Would I be surprised if she did? No, I think they definitely would have some. I don't know. I just feel like they would, but I wouldn't. I think you gotta have Tekla retain. There's so much legs, and I don't think she's been presented the best by AEW. I think she's been kind of pushed to the side, and I don't know why. I love Statlander. I love Shida. I love everyone involved in this match. I just think Tekla should retain. I want Tekla to retain. I think she should. I'm a bit unsure if she does. I could see them giving this to Shida. I could. And I wouldn't be against that because Shida's that good. But I feel like, I don't know what they do. I wouldn't be against it being Shida. I don't know. I really don't. But as an actual match, belt to belt, a 4-way is very fun. Obviously, it reminds me of the All Out match, which was great where how Statlander won the belt. But I think Tekla's definitely the one. I think Tekla is the one for me to win. I think she can obviously build up singles matches again, and then the long-term payoff, probably Jamie Hayter with All In, maybe. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to seeing the main thing is how the Statlander and Shida story develops in this match. That's the main hook. Obviously, they're both great wrestlers. Clearly setting up something for going forward. But as a match, I'm looking forward to it. I wouldn't be surprised if Shida takes it if it's not going to be Tekla. But for me, it should be Tekla. And I'm going to predict it's Tekla. But if it's not, I'm not against whoever wins. They're all fantastic wrestlers. Some of the best wrestlers in the world, the women. But I think I want more Tekla. She's that good. I just need more. And I'm not ready for her to drop that belt. But if it is any of them, they're all worthy of it. And they're all so damn good. But either way, for me, I want Tekla to retain. Definitely. However, we have our main event of the evening, the AEW Men's World Championship, Darby Allin versus MJF, title versus hair match. Now, obviously the stipulation is if MJF loses tonight, he will have to shave and go bald. And obviously, if Darby wins, Darby loses, he just loses the belt. I think it's obvious they're building up to Max winning. I do. But, however, I do think I don't want to predict Max losing here. But I wouldn't be surprised and I wouldn't be against it. The shaving of the head is something I could see him doing, but I just don't think they're going to do that yet. I feel like they could definitely build that up. And obviously Max is an actor, there's a lot more that goes into it. So, it's a bit different. And I think if Max shaves, he'll have some time off. But I think Max is going to win, and then they're going to set up something. I think the Andrade match is there. You know what I mean? The Andrade stuff's there to be done, and I feel like that's definitely the way. But I'm looking forward to see how this goes. I've loved the Darby reign. I've absolutely loved it. I want to make a separate video on that, but I've adored it. It's proved me wrong. It's proved a lot of other people wrong. I cannot give them enough credit for the Darby reign. I feel like Max winning sets up a lot, and I think you have to set up someone straight away if it's not Andrade. But I think the match itself, obviously we know how good Darby and Max can be. I'm expecting some brutal match. I'm expecting some blood here. I'm expecting some colour. But I don't think it's as clear cut as everyone's making out. I think Max will win. I do think Max will win. But on the off chance that Darby wins, I think it'll be via the distraction. I do. And I feel like that distraction will come at the cost of one man, and that is Hangman Adam Page. I feel like that is a strong possibility. I do. I was going to make a separate video, and I still might, about Hangman recently, but I feel like Hangman returning feels like a right time. I feel like for MJF to cost Hangman, being that, kind of reverse. Obviously, Hangman can't challenge for the title now. Obviously, him costing Max by distraction, so Max has to shave his hair. That could feel like a good comeback. And, obviously, Hangman feels like it's the right time to return. I feel like that's a strong possibility, and I think if that happens, Hangman will shave his fucking head too. I think Hangman will shave Max's head, and I think that'll be an incredible moment. And I think if that happens, Max shaves his head, I think everyone's going to come out and, corner Max, so, Brody King and stuff, to not let Max run anywhere, especially Kevin Knight too. But I'm looking forward to this match a lot. Is it my most anticipated match? No. Is it probably the most interesting? Probably, yeah. And I feel like, obviously, that's because it's the main event, and it's Maxwell. But I just feel like it's a hard one to call. I think, again, it's not as hard as I'm making it out. I'm just overthinking it. But I just feel like Max winning it is definitely the more likely option for me. But I just feel like I don't know where. Frankly, I think after that, I don't know what they do after that with Max's belt. I don't know how long they let that last. But I feel like if Darby wins it and Max shaves his head, I think that'll be due to a Hangman thing, admittedly. I don't think Darby wins clean if he wins. I don't think either of them win clean, obviously. But I think the two things that have to happen here for me are, if Darby wins, we've got to set up the Kenny match. I think that's something that has to happen. But also, I feel like with Max, if he wins, it's got to be due to a Hangman interference for me. I think that's a big thing. It's got to be Hangman. It could be Jay White, but I feel like Hangman's the guy. Or someone else in the roster. Even Andrade, bro. Could even be Andrade. But I just feel like with Andrade being a Stadium Stampede, you don't want to really guarantee that. Jay White, no, I don't think Jay White's going to return here. If Jay White's going to return, it would have made sense on Dynasty, but hey-ho. But I think I'm going to predict Max is going to win, new champ and stuff. I feel like the Darby reign feels like a spark in the pan. Definitely goes for it, and I think Max obviously getting that win would be a really cool moment. But obviously, gives Darby that, I think they'll give Darby a bit of appreciation, and they'll leave him in the ring. Everyone will clap him out because it's been that fucking good. We cannot overstate that it's been that good so far. I wouldn't be against them continuing it, and I think it would be interesting to see them shake it up with Max to see how he could pull that gimmick off, because we would. But I do think Hangman returning isn't out the question anyway. I feel like even if Max wins, we could get Hangman returning to steer him out, but I don't know. I feel like you could get a lot. I think Hangman returning isn't out the question. I don't at all, regardless of the result. But even Kenny, I think Kenny steering one of them out too. Either that could be cool. Either way, I think as an actual match, bell to bell, this is fun. This is fun. I think Max will win. However, either way it goes, it leads into a really, really interesting direction. And frankly, I cannot wait. I think it'll be an excellent way to cap off a fucking stacked ass card for a shock going to be a great pay-per-view. AEW pay-per-views always are. Yeah, this I'm looking forward to a lot. So yeah, that's my thoughts and predictions for AEW Double or Nothing 2026. Let me know what your predictions are below. I think the big ones for me, obviously, you know, besides the matches, I think Hangman returning is definitely a strong possibility. I'm trying to think of other, like, I don't think Mercedes will return here. I don't. I feel like that's something that we would have had already. I think we could see TJ confront the Divine Dominion, but I don't really know. I think they should announce something with the TBS belt, but I don't know if they do. And obviously the Ospreay stuff, that I think the Don Callis turn on Takeshita too is very, very likely. But either way, there's a lot of stuff going on here. I don't think we need a lot of returns. I feel like we just need a few pivots and a few developments on stories. Obviously, that's what we get from pay-per-views. Specifically, Hangman and the Don Callis stuff. I think that's the stuff I would put a good bit of change on. I'd go Double or Nothing. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to Double or Nothing this year. I think it'll be an excellent card. I think it'll be an excellent show. Let me know your predictions down below. I'm really interested, and obviously I'll put this up a bit earlier. And yeah, what are you more excited? What's your most anticipated match? And who do you think will win those matches? Let me know, because I'm genuinely interested to hear other people's thoughts this time.